September 11, 2025, began like any other morning at Fairbanks International Airport. The sky was pale blue, the air crisp, and frost sparkled under the first light. Inside, passengers moved quietly, checking bags, sipping coffee, and saying long goodbyes. Through vast windows, the Alaskan wilderness stood silent and unchanged. But in moments, this ordinary day would become unforgettable, as everything changed in an instant. It began as a low hum, barely noticeable, a vibration more than a sound. People paused, confused, as the noise grew deeper and more intense. Coffee rippled, windows vibrated, and unease spread through the terminal. The hum became a deafening roar, shaking the airport's foundations. Passengers dropped bags, covered ears, children cried. The noise pressed against eardrums and rattled nerves. The roar peaked, the building lurched, and then, silence. On the tarmac, cracks split the runway, evidence of the force that had shaken the ground. The ordinary morning was gone, replaced by a haunting uncertainty. What had caused the sound that shook the earth? Panic swept through the terminal as exits locked and cell phones lost signal, leaving everyone isolated and desperate for answers. Staff tried to calm the crowd, but their voices trembled with fear. Outside, a perfect circle of runway had buckled upward, steam rising from the cracks, an unimaginable force at work. The sense of safety was gone. For everyone at Fairbanks, nothing would ever be the same. Emergency vehicles arrived within minutes, sirens piercing the stunned silence. Police and fire crews secured the perimeter, locking down the airport. Officers in tactical gear established a cordon, no one in or out. Inside, security moved passengers away from windows, creating makeshift safe zones. Calm, authoritative commands helped quell panic. The airport's emergency operations center was activated. Key personnel gathered to assess the situation. Seismic data showed a localized, non-tectonic event beneath the airport. Security footage revealed the violent shaking and blackout, but cameras on the tarmac failed just before the runway buckled. All flights were diverted or grounded, airspace closed for 50 miles. The message was clear. Fairbanks International was isolated, a bubble of crisis in Alaska's wilderness. The authorities took no chances. Whatever had happened, it was treated as a major threat. The airport was now a scene of uncertainty and fear. The world was watching. The shutdown sent shockwaves through Fairbanks and beyond. Thousands of passengers were trapped, hours dragged by. Exhaustion, hunger, and frustration set in. Staff distributed limited supplies, turning the terminal into a crowded shelter. The city, reliant on the airport for supplies, felt the impact immediately. Store shelves emptied, families waited anxiously for news, and a sense of vulnerability spread. Airport and airline employees were stranded too, working long hours under stress. Their professionalism was tested as they managed frightened travelers and their own fears. Beyond Alaska, the disruption rippled outward, missed connections, broken supply chains, delayed scientific missions. The story spread from local news to national headlines. A shutdown here was more than an inconvenience, it was a lifeline severed. The world wondered, what could close the gateway to the Arctic? The answer remained elusive. Fairbanks was cut off, waiting for answers. Official statements were brief and vague. Structural incident, airport closed, everyone safe. No details about the cause were given. The silence fueled rumors and conspiracy theories online. By afternoon, federal agents arrived, taking control from local authorities. The investigation became a matter of national security. Local officials were sidelined. The federal government locked down information. The only press conference confirmed the closure, mentioned a geological anomaly, and refused questions. The message: the government was in control but not sharing answers. Frustration grew among passengers, the community, and the media. The secrecy suggested confusion, or something more frightening. The incident was now a national mystery. The truth was hidden behind a wall of silence. Fairbanks waited in the dark. Under floodlights, engineers and geologists examined the damaged runway. Dressed in hazard suits, they used radar and sensors to scan the perfect circular uplift. Initial findings were baffling: a dense metallic mass 50 feet below, not native to the area. Core samples revealed soil fused with unknown metal, as if exposed to intense heat. NTSB and FBI teams interviewed staff, collected footage, and built a timeline. Every detail was scrutinized for clues. A temporary military base sprang up around the airport. The investigation would be long and secretive. The world waited for answers. Fairbanks became the site of a mystery no one could explain. Days turned into a week. Stranded passengers were evacuated under heavy security. They signed non-disclosure agreements, deepening suspicion. The official story, an unexplained geological event. But those who lived through it knew better. The airport stayed closed for 2 months as a secretive operation unfolded. Rumors spread of a massive metallic object being removed at night. When the airport reopened, it was changed. New runway, advanced security, staff retrained. The incident was never officially discussed again, becoming the whispered September event. The lesson wasn't about geology but about being prepared for the unknown. Fairbanks International resumed normal operations, but a subtle tension lingered. The community looked at the sky and the ground differently. The incident reminded everyone that beneath routine, mysteries wait. Sometimes those mysteries break through. The world is full of possibilities beyond our understanding, and Fairbanks would never forget